My name is Mats Johansson. I'm President, CEO and co-founder of Eon Reality. Eon Reality is a software and content developer for interactive 3D and virtual reality. And we focus primarily on industry in energy, medical, manufacturing, and also education applications.
My name is George Decker-Mention. I'm the CEO and founder of Spatial Thinking, LLC. Our company builds applications specifically for the education market. So we use Eon Studio as well as other applications like 3D Studio Max, and through the plugin called Eon Raptor, kind of transfer some of the models that we create into Studio and use the functionalities of Studio to create interactive and engaging and simulations.
So at Eon Reality we see education partnerships as being really important. One aspect of that is that there's so much content needed, and we need to work with the subject matter experts to develop new and good content for education. Part of this goes back to areas like STEM, so basic learning. The other part is to have a workforce that's ready to tap into this enormous need that's building in the future.
What 3D and interactive environments provide is a real-time dynamic interaction with the content, and especially in STEM fields. That's a very important set of fields, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, to be able to create those types of scenarios and explore some of the ideas behind that.
My name is Patrick Kelly, and I am a 3D animator here at Video Resources. Some of the courses that I would recommend a fledgling 3D animator take: number one, writing. Your writing skills need to be strong for a variety of reasons. First of all, you need to be able to write and or rewrite scripts that come across your desk. One of the things I'd like to stress to the teachers and the students is the importance of having a variety of skill sets that you can fall back on early in your careers. You need to find friends who are producers and directors who are established in the industry. Make friends with the producers and directors, then you'll get the business. So go ahead and learn animation, but also have a secondary skill set: photography, editing, sound mixing, cameraman, whatever it's going to be.
My name is Chris Failer and I work for Eon Reality. I am a 3D artist and designer for the company. I also do anything from some animation to special effects, and I pretty much work on any of the in-house development projects that we have going on at any given time. But for our team, having an art background is absolutely necessary. It's absolutely critical. What we're doing here is trying to create or take art and use it in new, interesting ways. There's just a lot of different houses that are out there that can do 3D and that can do art and that can do design. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to take those same concepts and we're trying to apply them in a new way and give people new experiences with those kind of 3D environments.
We're simply creating the content that go into television shows, that go onto the web, that go into advertising or training. We're the ones who are making the pretty pictures. An art background would be very helpful. It certainly would help you to draw storyboards, which is one of the things that we are often asked to do. Learn to edit, learn to shoot, be a good crew person, learn to write, because you will need all of these things in order just to survive and make a living. We encourage these students to go to trade shows, to user group meetings, and to have real face-to-face interaction with other animators or leaders in the industries that they want to be part of.
We select our developers based on experience, education, but also personal skills and traits, of course.
Well, as far as finding more developers for our company, this industry is very much about networking and about who you know. So the most important thing is getting connected, getting to know people like me or people like us here who work in this business.
We use traditional portfolios as a big part of the process, of course, but also showing skills with some of the key software that we use.
We're primarily artists here, so we don't usually have any kind of prior knowledge of, for example, marine biology or any kind of medical background. So it becomes very important for us to do a lot of research on anything that we need to do research on. So we'll sometimes go into anything from the internet to pulling up books, archives, anything like that can help give us a better understanding and a better knowledge of what we're working on.
Most of the projects that I get involved with, I have no prior experience with their technology, and they have to get me up to speed, whether it's a new medical device, a new technical device, a new process. I am completely green when I start.
Most of it is going to be a background in 3D modeling, so we'll use anything from 3D Studio Max, of course, some 2D art packages as well, Photoshop come in handy. Just understanding, having a general understanding of 3D and art, you can usually be universally applied. Also, knowledge of video editing software is important as well. When we put together a video project, we'll use usually a combination of Adobe After Effects and also Final Cut Pro.
The software that I use to create the content here is Photoshop, of course, and I encourage everyone to learn to master Photoshop regardless of what part of the industry you go in. I use Lightwave as my primary 3D application, After Effects for compositing, as well as Fusion for compositing.
We have a number of specialties, and the main categories would be in storyboarding, 3D modeling, interaction development, GUI development, and sometimes database or learning management system. If we talk specifically about industry, the big ones will be, for us, the energy sector, which primarily is oil and gas, but also renewables coming up. So trained technicians and electricians and so forth. The second one will be aerospace. And after that, we see the medical sector, component manufacturing coming up as strong ones too.
The content that I'm producing is primarily for the medical and the industrial and also the legal fields. My medical animations are used for training doctors on how to do certain procedures. We introduce doctors to new medical devices. And let's say that you get diagnosed with something and you need a procedure. We'll show you what you have to look forward to in a way that won't scare you. In terms of the industrial animation that I do, we show complex machines, how stuff works on the inside. And then for legal, sometimes we do accident reconstruction, or we show how a particular machine may have failed catastrophically. Normally I am not involved in the product development of the devices I'm asked to animate. They are normally already engineered, possibly already in production, but my involvement is always well after the device has been invented.
The functionality of Eon Studio and their other products is just wonderful, and it serves our purposes exactly. We're very happy with the support that we have after acquiring their software and working with it.
One of the challenges constantly is that you want to handle more complexity of data, more realism, faster. 3D is going to make a big inroad on mobile devices, and not just movies or animations, but interactive 3D. And we're already starting to see that, of course, on Android and Apple iOS platforms. So I think that's going to be a big change in terms of how we deliver, and it's going to reflect back to the content development process and so forth.
Folks who are growing up today are accustomed to seeing 3D animation. They expect it. There's very little wow factor left by seeing a 3D animation. We're accustomed to it. We've grown up with it. And so it will become commonplace for almost every show to have some sort of graphics and animation in it. If it doesn't, if it's just a talking head, you're gonna lose your audience pretty quick. So I'm hoping in this interview here, you'll put something behind me with some animations and stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna edit.